But even with those tariffs, it may not be enough to keep Chinese vehicles out of the U.S. CNBC.com auto reporter Michael Wayland is here to explain. Michael, welcome. Good to have you with us. My notes say that you regard these tariffs as near-term protectionism that may delay but not stop Chinese automakers from coming more to the U.S. with EVs. Why do you say that?
I say that because I've been talking to trade and automotive professionals now for the past 24 hours, and they essentially are just calling it temporary protectionism. Like Eunice was just mentioning with NIO and BYD, they are trying to stop or at least delay the Chinese from coming here with EVs. But everyone that I've talked to has said it's pretty much just a blip on the radar. The Chinese automakers are going to come here eventually, and they're going to do it regardless of if there's a tariff or not. They don't have to import directly from China. They can go to Mexico and import from there. They can join a joint venture, or, they can also just kind of come here from China and still kind of afford the tariff. I drove the BYD Seagull, which is what Eunice was talking about, for about $10,000 in China. And even with a 100% tariff, it's still priced pretty competitively to the U.S. market.
So they can come in and they can still be competitive. That would be one way that they could take on the tariffs, just eat the tariff and still be price competitive with European or American-made brands, number one. Or number two, they could get around the tariffs by joint venturing with, say, a Mexican manufacturer, a Brazilian manufacturer, a Canadian auto factory. Yeah,
or they can just establish a presence there themselves. We still have free trade between Mexico and Canada, and BYD specifically has been looking to build a plant in Mexico. And if they do that, then there's not anything right now telling them that they can't do that. Also, with the tariffs right now, they only address EVs. When you look at China vehicles coming to the U.S. right now, there's 4 models, specifically the General Motors Buick Envision, that they imported more than 44,000 of last year, and the tariffs actually do nothing to address that. And the Chinese aren't just looking at EVs. They're looking at ICE products, they're looking at hybrids, and they're all kind of growing very quickly globally. We see it happening in Europe, and it's just a matter of time until they kind of arrive on U.S. shores.
Michael, does the U.S. auto industry, and I'm including Tesla in that, have an answer as to how to compete with a $20,000 Chinese EV?
Not yet, without losing money. Obviously, Tesla's working on their low-price entrant, reportedly, and General Motors is also working on their Ultium platform. They're actually doing drives right now. The Chevy Equinox EV starts at about $35,000 with the tax credits, can get you to the high 20s. But there's nothing yet to rival the Chinese kind of technology that they have. And what Neil was talking about with the battery technology and the amount of different offerings that they have, it's very true that the automakers are trying to play catch up. And these tariffs are just meant to pretty much delay or give the automakers time to adapt and try to catch up when it comes to the EV invasion for the Chinese automakers.
So let me, we do have to go, but I want to push back on that thought that inevitably, is what I'm hearing you say, inevitably these Chinese vehicles, whether EVs or others, will make it into the U.S. market. How can you be so sure? Because the U.S. is not powerless. They could double the tariffs yet again and make it a 200% tariff or a 300% tariff. Or they could put some sort of restriction on a vehicle coming in from our trading partner in Mexico.
They could, but they could also go through a joint venture. And when you talk about the U.S. market share, we're talking about GM, Ford, and what was Chrysler, now Stellantis. They had more than 74, 75% of the market share in the 70s, 80s. And then the Japanese came in, the Koreans came in, the Germans came in. And their market share has dwindled over the past decade.
But isn't that what the U.S. is trying to avoid a repeat of? Right.
But yes. And to be sure, and this is what people have been telling me, that the Chinese have gotten so competitive and so much better in their manufacturing that it is only a matter of time until they get here. Yeah. I've been hearing it for decades that the Chinese are coming, but they didn't have the quality and also the resources to come here. And a big hurdle for that was engines. They no longer need engines to come here. They have batteries, they have motors, and they can get here much more quickly than they could without the technology of having the engines to build them.
Thank you, Michael.
So fascinating.